I've got 10 seconds to kill before we go onto LinkedIn, and here we go. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. This is the Messy Middle. It's 9:45 UK time, and my name's Jackie Handy. I'm joined today, as always, by...
My name's Helen Joy.
And together we are doing our very best, actually, to continue bringing you these 10 minutes of no fluff gold, all about something of interest, something of value to use as a new manager, perhaps a tenured manager, or a manager that perhaps hasn't received any training, that is desperately looking to improve in the work that they do. And we've had a whole series of different 10-minute clips that we've recorded over the last few weeks. We've had a few technical issues this morning, unfortunately. So Helen's coming from her phone. So hopefully the sound quality won't be affected. It's just one of those that we didn't want to cancel. We wanted to make sure we got to you. So Helen, thank you for working around that, because it's really frustrating, isn't it, when things go wrong with technology?
Oh, yes. And I'm just hoping my hand doesn't get too achy.
Yes, quite. We're trying to balance it out somewhere. So if you see Helen wobbling a little bit, that's why. She's just trying to keep balance. But today we are talking about a topic that you might have come across, all about managing upwards. So how do we work with our managers to make sure that we are giving what we're expected to give, but also we can manage that relationship effectively with the manager for mutual benefit. And Helen, I'm going to let you begin today, if you would, with your first point. We usually, just by the way, provide 2 or 3 tips each over this 10 minutes. So Helen, get us started. Why don't you?
Yeah, I think the thing is, when we're talking about kind of managing upstream, it's very much about recognizing and understanding where the challenge that you're talking about, where the problem you've got or the thing that you need to solve, is where it fits into that manager's priorities. What is their focus? What's the most important thing for them?
Yeah.
Because if you can connect your challenge, your issue, or what you want to do, what your suggestion is, whatever it is, to what they're trying to achieve, they're going to be significantly more inclined to listen to what you've got to say if they can instantly see where it fits in with what they need.
Yeah, totally. And it really, that aligns very beautifully with my first point today as well, is that how can you show them that the matter is important? So whatever it is that you're looking to discuss, looking to navigate, when you're managing upwards, you need to show them the what's in it for me kind of concept, right? So why should they be listening? Why should they potentially take action? They need to know and feel assured that what you're asking of them or what you're discussing with them is an important matter. So always think about that when you're addressing something upwards with your manager. You want to be respectful, but you also want to get them to buy in. So how can you show them that the matter is important? So I think we align very, very nicely there in relation to that. Where would you go next for people, Helen, in terms of this whole managing upwards concept?
I think it's very much then about having a solution focus or having a positive outcome perspective with where you're going with that. Because also going along with the whole kind of, these are the things I've tried already. These are the things that work. These are the things that that haven't worked. So I've tried all these different things. So I've come from a solution perspective. I'm not coming to you just with a here's a challenge. Do it for me, sort it out for me. What you're doing is you're saying, look, I've already been thinking about this. I've already put time and effort and thought into this. And this is my suggestion. If you're going forward with it, this is a solution, or these are things I've tried. What else would you recommend?
Yeah, that's a really nice one. I think I always remember way back in the day having a manager that said, don't come to me with problems, come to me with solutions. And, whereas you don't want to come across ever as like, because I'm not going to help you or support you, but it is sort of in putting it in a way that kind of empowers other people to take ownership, get creative, and come to you with those kind of solutions is helpful, right? So be that person, be the person that you want to role model, I guess, as well. And by the way, folks, if this is resonating with you, let us know. Please like, comment, share these videos. Go back into both of our feeds here on LinkedIn and or YouTube, and take a little look at the previous topics that we've covered as well. And if you think anybody could benefit from either watching these or even working with one or both of Helen and I, please do get in touch. Happy to help. So my second point in relation to managing upwards is, yes, you want to make sure that there's a what's in it for them for your line manager, but you also don't want to compromise your own priorities. So, actually, compromise is the word, as opposed to feel like you're going to end up being walked all over, right? So if you're managing upwards, there's obviously a reason that you feel the need to be engaging with your line manager about something. So you will probably find that there needs to be a little bit of give and take in that. So yes, you want to be flexible and adaptable, but you also don't want to hugely compromise your key position. So be very clear on what that is. I guess know your own, it's not a negotiation per se, but almost know your walkaway point, if that makes sense. So, what are the non-negotiables for you? And then what are the things that you are happy to negotiate or discuss? And I think by having that very clear in your mind, frames those conversations and those interactions as you go into the discussion with your manager. Needs to be something in it for them, but of course there also needs to be something in it for you. And so that links or follows very nicely to your previous point about having thought about solutions and ways forward already, Helen. So yeah, nice. Okay, third and final point.
Final point. I think for me, it's around, it kind of ties in with that and flows from that, is making sure that you're really, really clear with what your line manager's expectations are of you, of your role, what you're there to do. And so where does what you're engaging with them about, where does that fit in with those expectations? Is this a new expectation? Is this something that you've been aware of from the very, very beginning of doing this job? So actually it is part and parcel, as you said at the beginning, as why it's important to them and to you. But also, is this something new? Is it something different? Because what you want is that clarity of understanding where it fits, but also you want to make it easy for them to say yes to you.
You do.
Because, I remember that was the best piece of advice I was ever given. I can't remember who it was or when it was. It was years ago. It was, if you want or need something from somebody, make it as simple as possible for them to say yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
It's just so powerful.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I just want to acknowledge Saskia, who has just added a comment. Thanks, Saskia. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your agreement there. But you say that's the real problem, is staying true to your values. And you're right, it can be really challenging. And I think when you're managing upwards, just to directly respond to this, so much of the success of the conversation that you have will be based on the strength of the relationship that you already have with your line manager. You're less likely to have a successful conversation managing upwards on your first day, or if you know your manager very little. So by being able to really engage in the long-term relationship with your manager as well, it's going to be super, super helpful. So build that trust, build that mutual trust, and then you'll have much more success, because your manager hopefully then will also know what your values are and what you want to stay true to. So thank you for that, Saskia. I hope that helps as well. And thanks, Padma, two of my favourite ex-Read faces. As always. Good to have you with us. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Okay, so we don't have very long. I just want to say the final thing from me is to just make sure that you remain committed to the bigger picture in every conversation. It's a little bit repetitive, but let's just say it's a culmination of what Helen and I have discussed today. is that by having that mutual beneficial outcome in mind right at the start, that's going to help you not just continue to manage the relationship, but also manage the expectations that your manager has and that you have of yourself as well. It's a broad topic. We do try and cover big topics in short periods of time, but we hope, folks, because we are at time already, we hope that that's been helpful. 10 minutes, no fluff, hopefully a little bit of gold in there for you as well. Helen, thank you as always for, especially today, for pushing through the tech challenges and joining. I know that people can catch you here on LinkedIn. Is there anywhere else, or is this the best place?
This is the best place to catch me.
Great. Okay. And same applies to me. You're watching probably on LinkedIn, so you can catch me here on LinkedIn as well, or at jackiehandy.com. I think we'll be back next week. Let's see if we can work the tech out once again by then. But for now, thank you so much for watching The Messy Middle. We hope it helps you navigate your management life a little bit easier. Until next time, everybody, take care. Thanks, Helen. See you all soon.
Bye. Bye-bye.